Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel Unfog with Dr. Atahar. In this class, we are going to discuss the second part of English grammar. Here we are going to solve the most expected multiple choice questions based on Karnataka TET, and of course all these questions will be very much useful for all teacher recruitment examinations like TGT, HSTR, GPSTR. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe right now. And if you are liking my work, please do like my videos and share among your friends and other teacher recruitment examination aspirants. Okay. So this class is the continuation of the previous class. Okay. So let us start discussing the most important multiple choice questions. Question number 13 and the first question of this session. The question is, he went to dogs only because of bad planning. The underlined idiom went to dogs means. So there is one idiom here which is underlined. It is went to dogs. We are being asked the meaning of this idiom. So the meaning is was ruined. So he went to dogs means he was spoiled or he was ruined only because of the bad planning he made. Okay. So went to kennel, saw the dogs, was attacked by the dogs is not the meaning of this idiom, because idiom is the phrase which gives you the comparative meaning. Okay. So went to dogs means something was ruined or something was destroyed. Okay. So the actual meaning of this idiom is was ruined. Okay. So instead of using that word ruined, they are telling went to dogs. Okay. Actually, usage of idioms is very common in all languages. For example, in Kannada also, I think we call them as nudigattugalu. So there is a very historical, you can say, from olden days, people use idioms in order to describe some very good thing or very bad thing or the actual situation. Okay. So in Kannada also we use idioms. In Hindi also we use idioms. Okay. So in English also there are many idioms. So I am giving you few examples of idioms. For example, we have this very common idiom is there, piece of cake. So piece of cake is a idiom, and the meaning of this is not actually, we are not talking about the cake or the piece of cake. Okay. Here piece of cake means you are comparing the piece of cake with something very easy to do. Okay. So later I will give you the own sentence for piece of cake also, you will understand. Okay. So next example for idiom is bite the bullet. Bite the bullet means to face a difficult situation bravely. Means you are doing some bravery by facing that tough situation. So in order to explain that situation, the way you are facing the difficulty, you can use the word bite the bullet, or someone else can use the bite the bullet for you. Okay. Next, break a leg. Break a leg means a way to wish good luck. Okay. In so many reality shows, in Hindi reality shows also nowadays we find, right? They say tod do, like something like that they tell, right? So it means that break a leg means they are telling that you destroy your opposition or you get succeeded in your competition. So it is the way to wish good luck. Okay. Next, hit the nail on the head means, hit the nail on the head means to give the correct answer or to describe exactly. Then cost an arm and a leg means it is very expensive. Anything if it is very expensive, then you use this idiom cost an arm and a leg. Next, cry over spilled milk means something has happened and you cannot change it. Some tragedy has happened or some problem has been occurred. So you are getting worried of that. Okay. So the idiom used in that situation is cry over spilled milk. Next, the ball is in your court means whatever the situation is there, it is your decision or it is your responsibility to take up to it now. Okay. Next, every cloud has a silver lining means whatever bad thing is happening, some good thing will surely happen. Okay. Next, actions speak louder than words means if you want to prove yourself, you better prove it by your action. Like for example, you are preparing for your examination. Don't tell anyone about your preparation. Directly, simply, silently keep your preparation on. Write the examination. And once you succeed in your examination, it is like your actions have spoke louder than your words. Okay. Now, for these idioms only I have explained the meanings, right? Now keep these meanings in mind. Let us see the own sentences using these idioms only. Okay. So the first one, piece of cake. So I told that piece of cake means something very easy, right? So the quiz was a piece of cake. I finished it in 5 minutes. Okay. Next, bite the bullet. So where you use this type of a phrase, despite my fear, I decided to bite the bullet and try the roller coaster. So I have done something very brave thing and I have tried that very dangerous or I have the fear with that roller coaster. Still I have tried it. Okay. Next, break a leg. Break a leg means to wish someone good luck, right? It is the way of wishing someone good luck. So good luck on your presentation tomorrow. Break a leg. Hit the nail on the head means give correct answer, right? So Maria hit the nail on the head when she guessed my favorite color. So Maria gave the correct answer by guessing the favorite color. Okay. Cost an arm and a leg means very costly, right? So that new smartphone costs an arm and a leg, but I really want it. Next, cry over spilled milk means some situation has gone wrong and the person is worried for that situation now. So don't cry over spilled milk. Just clean it up and move on. Okay. Why they are comparing that situation to cry over spilled milk? See, if your milk gets spilled, then what you do? You sit and cry that the milk has fallen down. Huh? No, right? You clean that milk, you clean that area and do your next work, right? So the same situation is applicable in your life also. If something bad goes on or if something wrong happens, then try to overcome it and move on in your life. Okay. Next, the ball is in your court means it is your responsibility or it is your decision in that particular situation. So the own sentence can be, I have explained the options. So now the ball is in your court. Next, every cloud has a silver lining. This is very common idiom, right? So even though I missed the bus, the silver lining was meeting an old friend. So the bad thing happened was the person missed the bus. But with that one small good thing happened was because of that the person met his old friend. Okay. Next idiom. Actions speak louder than words. So what is the sentence you can make using this idiom? He apologized, but his actions speak louder than words, helping us fix the mess he made. So someone has made the mess of some situation, but he helped them. He helped them physically by fixing that mess which he made and he said sorry also. Okay. So whatever the work he did for them was much more better than just saying sorry. Okay. So actions speak louder than words. Okay. So I think these idioms are enough for you to prepare for this examination. Okay. Next question. I cannot remember what I wanted to speak to you. Choose the correct preposition that fits the context. So 4 options are given: for, about, up, down. the correct preposition here comes is, see, I cannot remember what I wanted to speak to you about. So, about means, I don't know, I wanted to speak to you about something. What is that? I don't remember now. So, about is the correct preposition here. So, what is a preposition actually? Prepositions are simple words that explain where something is, when something happens, or some things are connected, or to explain anything, you need a preposition, or to make a sentence, you need a preposition usually. Okay, for example, the cat is on the table. Here, to explain that the cat is there present on the table, you are using that preposition on. Okay, so this on is the preposition which is telling us where the cat is actually present. Okay, that too related to the table. Okay, so few more examples of prepositions are in, on, under, above, between, among, beside, across, near, behind, inside, outside. Okay, so these type of words which we commonly use in making a sentence in order to show the location of that particular thing or object, we use a preposition. Okay. Next question. Victoria dressed dash her mother's instructions. Choose the compound prepositional phrase that fits the context. So without seeing options also, I know that Victoria dressed up according to her mother's instructions. This should be the correct sentence. Now if I see the options, according to is there in option 1. But if you see other 3 options also, instead of, in front of, in place of, are they applicable? Option 2, 3 and 4? No, right? See, Victoria dressed instead of her mother's instructions. That is not possible. Victoria dressed in front of her mother's instructions. That is also not possible. See, it is not written only mother. It is written mother's instructions. Okay. Mother told which dress to be worn by Victoria. Okay. So, Victoria heard to what mother told. Victoria wore only that dress which mother told to wear. Okay. So, Victoria dressed according to her mother's instructions. Okay. So, this type of phrase is known as prepositional phrase. Okay. So, usually a prepositional phrase is having 2 words. So, it can be more also. Okay. 2 or more can be there. So, they are connected together. Means, this prepositional phrase adds more detail and more complexity to a sentence by showing the multiple relations between different elements. For example, she walked to park and through the forest. So, the compound prepositional phrase is to the park, through the forest. 2 things, correct? To the park, through the forest. Okay. Like that only, here according to is the correct compound prepositional phrase. Okay. Next question. The following is a sentence without an adverbial clause. So, one thing you understand, adverb means verb should be there, correct? Without a verb, there will be no adverb. So, the following is a sentence without an adverbial clause. So, read the options carefully, the given sentences, and find out which is the sentence where you don't have a verb at all. So, what is a verb? It is an action word, correct? So, option 1. As Bayaji neared Buddha Vihar, the children came running to him. Action word is there. So, verb is there. So, adverb also will be there. Because we have to search for a sentence without an adverbial clause, correct? Next, option 2. Bhujaba did not respect because the later was a mahar. So, here in option 2, action word is not there. So, it is most likely that option 2 will be the correct answer. Let us see other 2 options also. Option 3, when she heard of Bayaji's arrival, her heart swelled. So, arrival is there, heard is there, so verbs are there. Then option 4, the tiger was terrified and he ran through the dark forest. Ran. This is an action word is there. So, option 2 will be the correct answer because there is no verb present here. Okay. So, what the trick I applied here is I did not at all think about a adverbial clause. I just searched for a sentence where I don't have a verb. So no verb, no adverb. Okay. So what is the adverbial clause? Means it is the one which is providing additional information about the circumstances or about the timing under which the actual verb is taking place or actual action is taking place. Okay. So here in option 2, you will not find any action word. Okay. That's why that is a sentence without an adverbial clause. Okay. Clear, right? Next question. The correct question tag for the sentence I am a teacher is. So here I am a teacher. Aren't I? Here don't get confused with am I. Okay. Don't write am I. I am a teacher. Am I is a wrong question tag. Because whenever you have a negative sentence, then only you have to use a positive question tag. In a sentence, already there is I am a teacher. So you use aren't I. There you use a plural question tag. Okay. So if it was written I am not a teacher, then you can use am I. Okay. I am not a teacher. Am I? But there is no negative sentence. There is a positive sentence here. I am a teacher. So now you use a negative question tag. Okay. And here in this situation, you use a plural also. Okay. So I am a teacher, aren't I is the correct question tag. Okay. So what is actually a question tag? It is a short question at the end of a sentence. Now this question tag actually confirms or asks for agreement. Okay. For example, if you have you are coming to the party, then the question tag will be aren't you, because you are coming to the party is a positive sentence. There you use a negative question tag with a plural. Okay. Aren't you. If there is a negative sentence like he doesn't like ice cream, now you use a positive question tag. Does he? Okay. It's a beautiful day. It's a positive sentence. Now use a negative question tag. Isn't it? Okay. Now it is clear, right? Next question. Choose the list of words with all adjectives. So here they are telling us to find the list of words with all adjectives. Means all 3 words should be adjectives. Which is that option here. Okay. So if you see the options, you will understand that fuming, idealistic and bias. All 3 are adjectives. Whereas perpetrate is not an adjective. Peer is not an adjective. Infrastructure is not an adjective. Various is also not adjective. See. Adjectives are actually describing words that tell more about nouns. Okay. Here, fuming means you are describing someone's emotional state. Idealistic means you are describing someone's belief. Various means you are describing different types. Perpetrate means it is actually one verb for doing something. Peer means it can be a friend. Infrastructure means it is basic structure for society to work. Okay. So if we see options now, fuming, idealistic and bias. These 3 are adjectives which are actually describing the nouns. Okay. Or which are telling more about nouns. Okay. Next question. Yesterday at this time, all of us dashed the cricket match. Choose the correct tense from that fits the context. So you have to choose the correct option from these 4 choices. Was watching, were watching, have been watching, watched. So yesterday at this time, all of us were watching the cricket match because it is a past tense. Yesterday is a past tense. Okay. And because all of us are plural, we are using the word were. If I was talking about one single person, then I was writing was watching about a single person. Now we are talking about plural persons. So were watching will be the correct answer. Okay. So the other options, was watching means all of us is plural, right? So was is for singular subjects. Were watching. So this will match plural, right? That's why our option 2 is the correct answer. Have been watching. It's for action starting in past. Then that should be continuing to the present also. But in this situation, yesterday is past, right? Nothing is continued. Then option 4, watched is also correct only, but it doesn't show the ongoing aspect like were watching. Okay. So yesterday at this time all of us watched the cricket match is also correct only, but that will not come under a action word, right? So it doesn't show the ongoing aspect like were watching. That's why were watching is the correct option. Okay. Next question. Choose the adjective that indicates size. So beautiful, elderly, large, famous. Which one is the size? That is a large. Okay. Actually, there are many types of adjectives. I am giving you the list of types of adjectives also now. Like we have descriptive adjectives. So this large comes under descriptive adjective. So maybe you are describing a building. There is a large building. Okay. So descriptive adjectives describe how something looks or how something feels or acts. For example, apple is there. How is that apple? Red. Child. How is the child? Happy. So these are descriptive adjectives. Next type of adjective is a quantitative adjective. Here you see the number or quantity like 3 books, lot of rain. Next is demonstrative adjective. Here you are pointing out like this car, those birds, that book. Okay. Next is a possessive adjective, means my dog, his book, his bat. Okay. It is a possessive adjective. Next is interrogative. Interrogative means question will be there every time. So which dress? Whose cat? Okay. Where? How? So that will be interactive adjective. Indefinite adjective. Indefinite adjective means we don't know the exact quantity. We don't know the exact number. So we use words like few, some, many, more. Okay. So these are indefinite adjectives. Then there is numeral adjective. Numeral adjective means you are showing the numbers or order, means first place, second place, third place, or how many friends are there. Every time only number will be there. That is numeral adjective. Next is comparative adjective, where you are comparing things. Like the cat is faster than the dog. Here cat and dog is being compared. Okay. So what is comparing it? Faster. So this is a comparative adjective. Next is superlative adjective. Here you are always showing the highest degree. So it is the tallest building. It is the biggest book. I mean biggest house. Something like that. So it is a highest degree. That is a superlative adjective. Okay. So these are the types of adjectives. So here option 3, large, which comes under descriptive adjective. It's a indicating the size. Okay. So option 3 is the correct answer here. Next question. The old man's wallet dash last month. So you have to choose the correct verb phrase that fits the context. What are the options? Has stolen, was stolen, stole, stolen. So the old man's wallet was stolen last month, because here we are talking about the past tense and the old man is a single person. That's why was stolen. Okay. So here a verb phrase is actually a bunch of words that talks about an action. It's actually made up of main verb and helper words. So what is the main verb here? Stolen. Helper words is was here. Okay. Few more examples. Is playing, has eaten, will go. Okay. So these are verb phrases. Next question. So the most expected question usually which comes in an examination related to English grammar is passage reading. So I have a passage here which I have written in purple, and we have 3 questions followed by that passage. The questions are in blue color. Okay. So this type of passage reading, one very important tip which I want to give you is, before reading the passage, have a rough idea about the questions which are being asked. Okay. Like question number 22 to 24. Just to have an idea about what are the questions. See the question roughly. So what is question number 22? Type of thinking fashionable in many countries. Then writer is of opinion. So opinion you have to see. Then manual work is considered to be shameful by the educated because. Okay. So now I have an idea about what type of questions I have to answer after reading this passage. Okay. Now let me read the passage. In many modern countries, it has for some time been fashionable to think that by free education for all, whether rich or poor, clever or stupid, one can solve all the problems of society and build a perfect nation. So if I see the question number 22 now, the type of thinking fashionable in many countries is. So the type of thing which is fashionable in many countries according to this passage is that one can solve all the problems of the society. So here I have option 2. Education can solve all the problems. This was the type of thinking which was fashionable in many countries. Okay. Next, let us continue reading this passage. But we can see that free education for all is not enough. But the reality is that free education only if we give, that is not enough. We find in such countries a far larger number of people with university degrees than there are jobs for them to fill. So people with the degrees are many when compared to their jobs which are to be filled. Jobs are less, educated people are more, degrees are more. Okay. So now I can see question number 23. The writer is of the opinion that free education for all is not enough. So do I have this in option 3? I have it. Free education for all is not enough. Now, the last part will be the 24th question. Okay. So let me continue reading this passage. Because of their degrees, they refuse to do what they think low work. And in fact, work done with hands is thought to be dirty and shameful in such countries. So the question 24, if I see, manual work means the work which is done by hand, that is manual work. Okay. So manual work is considered to be shameful by the educated because. Why is it considered to be shameful according to this passage? Because they think that it is a low work. So low work, is it there? Yes, because they consider that it is low. So option 3 will be the correct answer. Okay. So this method is one trick to solve the questions based on passage reading. Okay. So what does the author want to convey by this passage? Usually that question also comes, right? So here the author wants to convey that in many countries people think that education is the solution for all problems. In fact, that is not the solution to all problems. Instead, it can create problem also because there are many people with lot of degrees, but the job for their level are very less. So because their degrees are present, I mean to say if the person is a degree holder, he does not want to do any work which he feels is very small work. In fact, the work which is done manually, that means with hands, that they think that it is a low grade. I am a degree holder, how can I do such a small work? So the problems are more worst now, correct, because of education. So this is what the author wants to convey, that no work is bigger or smaller, and that shouldn't come in our mind. Okay. Okay friends, on this note, this was the last question of this session. So I have discussed around 24 multiple choice questions which are most expected and most important multiple choice questions in session 1 and session 2 together. Now the third part will be the English pedagogy class. Okay. And one more thing which I wanted to tell you is I am not an expert in English grammar. So I am taking this English classes my way. Okay. Maybe I am not explaining the actual rules, or maybe I am not teaching like a actual grammar teacher because I want to make things easier. Okay. So if I make things simpler without going into technical details, I believe that aspirants can learn things in a better manner. Okay. So I am not teaching concepts in English grammar the way actual English grammar should be taught. Okay. So that you can take it as a disclaimer also. and I am waiting eagerly for your feedback also. So please let me know if you liked my English classes and whether my classes helped you or no. And your feedback is really very valuable for me because I can improve with your feedback, right? Okay then. Thank you. All the best. Bye.